today we are going to review something a bit different. This is what they call a dust bag. Now it's any old dust bag. It came from something else, but typically very high quality, expensive shoes, even purses or handbags will come in something that looks like this. They call it a dust bag. Just not only to keep the dust away, but to keep away scratches, nicks, etc. Especially sometimes with patent leather material, it can get marks on it that are different colors, and that's the worst because that's a wrap. So for example, I have a patent leather red bag, and if I get a yellow scuff mark on it, there's really no way to get it off, and so you'll be left with those scuff marks. So what we'll be reviewing today are a pair of shoes that I fell in love with ages ago. Wow, look at that. We're back in spring. So these are definitely like a spring shoe. It comes with a wedge heel. So it's a wooden stacked wedge heel. And the brand is BCBG Maxazria. I don't know why I would say BCBG Maxazria. So I have no idea how you pronounce the last word, but I always will come up with my own version. So it looks like it's read Maxazria, but I would say Maxazria. So anyhow, maybe it's a silent something, silent A. But the bottom of them are really beautifully, highly quality design because this is leather. It's very rare that you'll find shoes that has bottom leather and then there's another like a sole to help protect the original sole. So that is high quality. Now the only thing about these shoes that I would say was the misfortune or unfortunate part was that it ran small. Now this is a 10B and I bought these. I will tell you the story, but let me give you a little close-up. I don't know how close it is because you know I can't see myself, but so these are the Maxazria BCBG Maxazria. That's my version, okay? Maxazria. However, unfortunately, most of their stores shut down. Back in the days, you used to find them in the mall, and they had these beautiful gowns, like really more formal clothing. They also had clothing, I would say, for like a more mature woman, not like 50s, but I would say like a woman who's working in the office, for example, who would be probably I want to say like 30s, but maybe late 20s or 30s, like in a sense where it's conservative but still kind of sexy and classy. Now this color, I wouldn't even call this a yellow. I would call it almost like a mustard yellow, which is very unique. Now the wedge heel is very unique because it's like an angle. It's like a diamond or a pyramid of some sort, and the inside looks like a patent leather. But for sure, let me show you the bottom. Oops, my heel got stuck. So these are the bottom. Now I should do more close-ups. Now look how that is stitched all around. Very nice, right? So this is how they look, and these are the heel. Now I do not know exactly the heel height, but just looking at them, they are between 3.5 to 4 inches. 3.5 to 4 inches high, and these almost look like a wedge. They're not wedge. They're not, but they're a wedge sandal, right? Because usually wedges will have like all fabric, but this is leather. So let's try them on. So as I tried them on, actually I forgot to give you a little history on this designer. So they were also called BCBG Generation, which was a more casual version, or I would say maybe a more affordable version of the brand. And you will see some designers do that. For example, they have Versace, Versace Couture, I think, or Versace Jeans, or some other, like, you know, brand that's associated with that brand. But one thing that was very interesting that caught my eye was that, you know, similarly to Ann Taylor, they couldn't really keep up with the cost of productions and renting space, and so they also filed a Chapter 11, unfortunately. But however, you still can find their brands in Bloomingdale's and Macy's. Also, if you go to your big outlets, you'll find a BCBG store, BCBG Maxazria. It's a woman's sense of style, shoes, accessories. So they also have jewelry, belts, anything, everything you can think of that has to do with fashion. And the designer, unfortunately, rest in peace, passed away. And I think that's probably what happened with all the issues probably happened after that. And that's why now they had a store, actually, Marina Del Rey, and I remember when they closed down, everything was on sale. People were going crazy. Oh, I should show you this beautiful dress. It's like a long, beautiful gown, and it was very, very expensive. I forgot how much the original price was, but I got a really good deal. So anyways, BCBG stands for Bon Chic Bon Genre. Isn't that cute? I love it. It's such a cute name. So the designer was born, he's a born American, well, Tunisian, Jewish born American, Tunisian. I'm not familiar, but I suppose that's probably close to Middle Eastern area. But he founded the company, and also he renewed the fashion designer. And I suppose he just changed the name. Maybe he was trying to revamp it. Some people do that when they try to kind of like renew their brand. So with that said, they also had sportswear, and they were just very well known also in Paris. So that's a big deal. And to me, they have the most gorgeous dresses. If you want to dress for like a really formal, I would say, wedding or prom, or something that's really like formal, you can go to BCBG. And also for church, I think, Easter, I remember I bought some dresses I wore for Easter, but their dresses are very high quality, and it's like the top to me as far as something you can find out here. That's not going to be thousands of dollars, but the dresses would run at least maybe about $300 and up. And sometimes you'll find like the basic form of dresses, maybe like 100. But the shoes, you know, the shoes would run about $150, and that's like 10 years ago. I don't know about now, but I'm telling you, I bought a few pair of shoes and I fell in love with them. I had some really cute shoes, and I wore them to almost every job interview. Now, the thing with the shoes is that sometimes they may run a tiny bit small, meaning that you can fit in the shoe, but it may feel a little uncomfortable. If you're okay with breaking in shoes, then go ahead and get your size. But I'm telling you, it may take a while, because depending on the material, only leather is going to really stretch. So keep that in mind. If it's not a leather shoe, then it's not going to be molded with your foot shape. It's not going to stretch over time. So you're going to continuously be uncomfortable with that shoe. So in that case, I will, to be safe, get a bigger size. Unfortunately for me, because I wear size 10, most of their shoes, the biggest number would be a 10. So this is a 10. So I just had to bite the bullet with their shoes. So I got the 10. And to me, the thing with this is that they fit, but because, you know, they're sandals, sometimes your foot is kind of sliding a little bit. So if they're like a little, like even a 1/4 inch too small, then your feet is going to look kind of like they're going over. And it's not that bad, but one thing I noticed unfortunately is that the bands, the elasticity stretched out, and I don't know how that happened because I never wore them. When I first bought them, the elasticity was very tight and fitted. However, now when I put them on, they're just like whoop. So what I may try to do is, without the shoe designer, I'm sorry, the shoe doctor totally taking the shoe apart, because it's such a beautiful shoe, I would hate for them to even do that. I hope that they can somehow maybe cut it and then like make it smaller and then sew it again, and then like that, but somewhere where it won't be visible, you know what I mean? So that's my plan. Yes, there are shoe doctors, and I've had my runs with many of them, but I think I found a really good one that I will share. One day I'll do a trip to the shoe doctor and I will film it and give you guys an idea on how that works. So don't be afraid to try to preserve your shoes, try to redeem and recover them if something is not going right. So as you can see, there's a lot of space there. It's very, very loose. Loosey goosey, and which doesn't look, you know, very fashionable. So as you can see, so I will now walk in them. Oh yeah, oh my, that is weird. I don't think my foot has shrunk, but they feel like they're too big. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get something done. Yeah, I don't know why I did not really wear these, and maybe I just didn't feel, I wasn't feeling it, or I wasn't as confident, because I don't know. Alright, so it's up to you, your discretion. If you want to take something to the shoe doctor, get a quote first, get a consultation, because sometimes it may not be worth it. If you bought the shoes on sale, if it's gonna cost $50, you pay $50 for the shoes, maybe they're an investment. If the shoes originally cost maybe $150, but you may not always want to invest in shoes and get them fixed. But I think if it's good quality, it's always worth to try to preserve them, get the bottoms redone, you know, get them polished, get them shined with new leather. And yeah, so here we go, spring BCBG Maxazria. That's my BCBG. And as you can see, my straps got stretched out before I can even wear them. So that's the downside with shoes sometimes, when you don't wear them for a while, or when they get old, or when they age. So let's see, the wedge heel, stacked wood, and these are, you know, they feel a little unstable because these are not tight enough, so that could be dangerous. That's why you need to always make sure your shoes fit properly. So I will definitely try to get these fixed and see if it's worth it.